Channel. My name's Brad, and this is Supercoach Pro. Just looking into the round 9 preview. I have a few options here that I really want to discuss in terms of trades. The first one on the list is Chapman and Walker. There's not too many rookie options in the back line that I want. It was going to be Murphy, but he's been ruled out with concussions, so I'm kind of thinking Parks. His job security is okay. If Newman comes back into the side and he still gets named, I feel pretty confident that he'll still play once Newman comes back. But if Newman gets named and he's out for him, then obviously he's not a viable option. So that might stuff my trades. But what I'm thinking so far is I need to get rid of these two players. Walker is not a player I want to keep personally. And now I've got 518,000 for a forward premium. Just looking into them too, I've just gone by average, which is a little bit different than total points, obviously. I don't think I want Toby Green. His numbers say they're pretty consistent, and the worst you're going to get from him is probably a 70, but he's also got a really good high ceiling of that sort of 120. Yeah, so bang on, 70, 120. So I like him as a pick. I don't think he's a bad option. He'll probably be that top 8 sort of forward anyway. Shy Bolton was actually going to be the guy pick, and just has to do something stupid like that, which really annoys me, but that's none of my business. He was going to be my man. Could really target Dusty, but I just need to find the form that he, had for me to go, oh yeah, I want to select him as an option. So he's an option I could almost go straight swap from Power next week if they sort of meet in the middle, which would be kind of funny going from Power to Martin if he, turns his form around. That could be a player of the round. Bailey Dale, I think, people suggested him. I think he's a decent option. I don't mind it. He plays a good role off that half back. He's got decent scores. He doesn't drop too many bad ones either. His only bad one is really 61. He's got only 2 tons on the board, so that's a little bit annoying, but not a lot of forwards do have tons. But the man I'm going to look for, and the man I think I want, he's obviously the oldest man on this list, but Zorko. Am I worried about his durability? Yes, I am. Am I worried he will get arrested during the last sort of couple rounds and could really kill my finals campaign? Yeah. But I'm willing to take the punt this year on a player like Zorko. Even when Neil comes back, I think he'll still score okay. That's the trade I'm looking at. There's also another option, and you're probably going to think, why are you doing this, Brad? But that's okay. It would be Paddy Dow. He looked good when he came on. He had, about 5 touches during the game until he got a bruised eye the week before. I think it was against Essendon in that first quarter. Who would I downgrade him to? It'd have to be my man Dawkins. I said in the last video I didn't rate this sort of pick, but just sort of changed my tune. I mean, he still scored a 40-something against Geelong when we got belted. So maybe that has to be what I go for. His job security is probably okay for 3 or 4 weeks. Hopefully just to get, to 250k. Maybe he proves a point to Richmond, and he is fieldable. Just got to remember, Richmond players, we do have a lot of young kids there. So there is players like Stack, there's Will Martin, there's Hugo Ralph-Smith, there's Paddy Nash. So his job security probably isn't as good as what other people think. That's just my view. I don't want to go Burns because I have no idea about St Kilda. So that could be an option I do also. Do I like Cullen Dow at this price? Probably not. The problem is, when you look at Dow, and his score suggests he won't get that break even. Coming into the buys, if he's not playing, I do want to cull him, but if he is playing, I might just leave him because at least it's 30, 40 points. But I just don't trust him to score anything decent. Like, look at these last few, 27, 41. This was the injured game. So, I don't know, can he turn it around, can he not? Also, the rookies for this week would have been interesting. There's not a lot of them to talk about. So, just be real quick. Sorry, that was my cat in the background if you heard that. 1 second. So I'm just going to change this filter. Break evens. So Highmore you probably hold on to, but during the buys, honestly, if he's not playing, you might have to cull him. Poulter is probably the guy you want to trade in this week with scores of 52 and an 81. He's probably not going to score 81 every week because he's not going to play North Melbourne every week. So do be wary if you do field him. Don't be expecting that kind of score every week. I'm only going to go on the relevant players. Jordan Sweet, kind of relevant. Not sure if he'll play over the buys. It really determines on English's concussion and Martin's ankle or leg or whatever he's done. So he's not a bad downgrade. If you're really struggling for cash this week, you could go Flint or Sweet, but it might be sort of a wasted pick because he might only play 2 or 3 more games for the rest of the year. Lockie Jones, you probably hold. It'll be interesting, like they say he comes back around 11 or 12, but will he play sort of a warm-up match in the 2s beforehand? Dawkins, my man, 76, looked good against the Dogs, and then did a stinker at 43, but so did every Richmond player. They didn't turn up. Matthew Owies, 67 and 49. That's really good for a guy that has low possession count and can kick goals. Like, that's actually pretty decent. I don't mind that pick in the forward line. Burns, I know they rate him pretty highly at St Kilda in terms of, I think he came off like an 8-week hamstring injury and come straight back into the side. So he must be pretty highly rated down there. Thinking about that. Edwards, probably not too relevant unless you're really struggling for a rookie under 130 in the back line. But does he maintain his spot with players like Hearn coming back into the side? Murphy, mate. My dad traded you in Murphy and then you get concussed. Why would you do that? I told my dad, yep, grab Murphy. He's a great pick. He looks fantastic. Gets concussed. And then I look like an idiot. So, that is all the rookies that are relevant for this week. I'll probably do a team update on Friday possibly if anything changes. If not, I'm pretty sure that will be my team going into the round based on if Dow is or isn't named. So like I said, if he isn't named, he will probably go to RDC and then text to Zorko. But if he is named, I'll go Chapman to, I've lost his name, Parks, on one condition that Newman is in the same side as him. And then upgrade Walker to Zorko. Wouldn't mind Toby Green, but I think Zorko will just outscore him. But I don't hate that pick. And I can't afford Marshall. Everyone's saying Marshall this, Marshall that. But I just think his injury history scares me, Marshall. Says the guy that brings in Bloody Hall that has the worst injury history of them all. So, look, any of these players, I mean, I just want to quickly talk about Hickey. If you watch Sydney games, every time he looks like he's going to pick up an injury. I watched a game on the weekend. I can't remember who he was playing. But at one stage he hurt his elbow. And boy, I was worried. I was like, oh man, don't tell me you've hurt yourself again. He's pumping out great scores, and I'm glad I held on to him. But gee, he just looks like that player that gets injured all the time. And I hate that. And I've got so many injury-prone players in my side. I've got Josh Kelly. I've got Traw. Hall. Impy's got that injury history. I'm really scared about my side. This is the concussion man. I'm pretty sure he got concussed. Mills got concussed before in the practice match. So that turned a lot of people off him. So yeah, my team's very injury-prone. I'm scared for the rest of the year. I'm down to 16 trades after this week, and I'm sure most of you are. Hopefully you guys have a good week, and I'll catch you on the next video. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already.